So this chapter actually reveals the answer to the previous chapter because Ogre and Alkichi, that's right, Alkichi, who joined the Blackbeard Pirates, actually kidnapped Pudding. So we knew how this story actually answers a lot of questions. But we're going back to the story right now on this chapter, where Law and Blackbeard are battle a epic battle for the Royal Poneglyph copy, which we knew that Blackbeard saw how stronger Law is, but he using Quake Crash on him, knowing how Law's men felt the shockwave, in which Doc Q actually using the apple bombs to actually launch his men, but one of them using the water to counter that attack, which shocked Doc Q, in which he told them not to underestimate the hard pirates, in which we knew how they were going to protect their captain when Law using Shock Willie on Blackbeard, which it actually affected him, which we knew how Ogre have protecting his captain, knowing that he have lost the battle, which means that Blackbeard have lost the battle against Law, which you say they are called Devil Fruit for a reason, as they headed under the sea, by which we see how his men have talking to Pudding about the battle, which she say that her mother will make them eat their words if she's still alive, knowing how she didn't know that she was defeated back in Onigashima on the Wano arc, that in which we headed back over to the battle ahead, knowing that the fact that we see how the island called the Winter Island, knowing how they call Alkainu about the battle ahead, which rain will become irritating. But back at Egghead Island, we see how Bonnie have actually used her powers to turn her and Jinbei into younger age, but Luffy and Chopper into an older age, which glimpses in the possible future, of course, in which knowing how they saw Kuma, which is very personal for her, which he was the tyrannical king of Sherbert, knowing how he was forced out of the throne by his people and become a pirate, which we knew how he was caught by the Marines and joined the revolutionaries, which they gave him a life sentence. But knowing how she got a hold of the device, which they explain how he became a cyborg, which is a lot worse than a death sentence, which she actually have a device that caused a beam saber. Then which they return to their normal ages, by which she said that she was part of a very special race, and that's why they're using him as a lab rat. Meanwhile, back at the Thousand Sunny, the rest of the Straw Hats, who actually came with Lilith, who actually take them to the giant island, the island where they're going to find the rest, in which they all decided to go. Well, except for Sora and Brooke, who stay behind the ship because he say that he don't trust her. In which they decided they actually put on the same clothes that Luffy and Chopper wear, which we see how Sanji put on the same outfit as Jinbei wore. Meanwhile, we see Vegapunk, who's were number one, talking to Dragon, in which we knew there's something going on because he said that he'll be dead soon, knowing how the CP9 is on their way, knowing that something else is going to happen soon. So this actually answers a lot from the previous chapter story because Aokichi now joins the Blackbeard Pirates, which the battle between Law and Blackbeard is still go on. However, we see from Bonnie that Kuma have became a warlord after the world government found out that he is from a very special race, by which Vegapunk talking to Dragon that he'll be dead soon by CP0. Knowing of what's going to happen now, that we're going to see what's going to happen on the next chapter the week after next week. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment everything about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime Guy right here saying sign out. Laters and be safe.